He had never thought his career in botany would end with him dangling upside down from a tangle of alien vines, muttering to himself about ruined plant samples. The pod had crashed somewhere in a jungle so thick the sunlight dripped through like green syrup, and now Dr. Sam Green was suspended like some oversized fruit. He wiggled, swore under his breath, then tried reasoning with the vines as if they were misbehaving students. "You're clinging a little too tight. I'm not ready for commitment," he said, thrashing until his glasses nearly slid off. The jungle responded with silence, except for the rustle of something far too big approaching. Out of the foliage stepped a towering figure, half sleek predator, half goddess of the wild. She had fur like burnished bronze, fangs that gleamed, and eyes that narrowed with hungry curiosity. Sam froze, upside down, wondering if his obituary would read, "Botanist, tender of ferns, accidentally eaten." He blurted, "Don't eat me." She tilted her head, lips curling into a smirk that was equal parts menace and mischief. "Not yet," she purred, voice deep and rumbling. Sam groaned, realizing that his plea had just been interpreted as foreplay. She circled him like he was a specimen under glass. One clawed finger tapped his chest. "So soft. No claws. No armor. A creature that survives with nothing?" Sam tried to explain, fumbling for dignity while still upside down. "I have tools. Knowledge. I'm not useless." She snorted. "Soft thing boasts. Bold for prey." He tried to correct her. "I'm not prey." But dangling there like a buffet item didn't help. With a flick of her wrist, she tore the vines apart, catching him before he hit the ground. Sam's face went straight into the curve of her chest, muffled against warm fur. He scrambled back, stammering apologies, but she only laughed, loud and wild. "You fall into my world, you fall into my arms. Now you belong." The declaration was loud enough that other figures appeared from the shadows, warriors with the same feline features, their eyes gleaming. They glanced between Karis, Sam later learned her name, and the trembling human. One of them barked, "You claim the offworlder?" Sam raised his hands to protest, but Karis slammed her tail on the ground, snarling. "Yes. He is mine!" Gasps spread through the gathering. Apparently, declaring someone mine wasn't a casual flirtation, it was a life-bond vow. Sam, meanwhile, blinked in confusion. "Wait, what? I think there's been a misunderstanding. I'm not property." Karis leaned down, her nose inches from his. "You are. You fell. I caught. That makes you mine. Simple law." Sam tried humor as defense. "Look, I don't do well with commitment. I'm more of a casual dating kind of guy. You know, slow pollination." She raised an eyebrow. "Pollination?" He realized his choice of words was terrible, because the aliens around them began murmuring, nodding knowingly. One whispered, "The soft one speaks of fertility already." Sam flailed his arms. No, I meant plants. Seeds. Growing things." Karis grinned, showing sharp teeth. "Yes. Growing things. I like that." When she hoisted him onto her shoulder like a prize carcass, Sam yelped, kicking his legs. "Put me down! I have delicate equipment." She chuckled, patting his thigh. "I see. Very delicate. I protect it." The warriors burst into laughter, mishearing every frantic protest as another mating boast. "The soft one brags of his potency," one jeered. Sam buried his face in his hands, praying this was a concussion dream. As they marched through the jungle, Sam noticed her tribe kept staring at him, whispering and pointing. His human habits became comedy fodder. When he tried adjusting his glasses, one warrior whispered, "He performs ritual gesture." When he sneezed, they ducked like it was a battle roar. Karis only tightened her grip. "See? Even his breath is strong. He will father storms." Sam groaned. "It was just pollen. I'm allergic." She laughed. "Allergic? Strange human word. Means ready to breed?" The wordplay spiraled further when he begged. "Please, I just want to go home." She interpreted home as nest and announced proudly. He wishes to nest with me. Good. I will build him one. The warriors cheered. Sam realized that no matter what he said, it became an innuendo in their language. He muttered, "This is nuts." Karis stroked his hair. "Yes. Your nuts are mine. Touch and die." He nearly fainted. By the time they reached her village, Sam was half resigned, half hysterical. The structures were carved from bone and vine, wild yet beautiful. He whispered, "Incredible architecture." Karis puffed her chest. "Yes, my tribe's strong. You will fertilize it." He winced. "You mean fortify?" She tilted her head. "Yes. Same thing." Sam sighed, realizing arguing would only dig him deeper. At the center of the village, Karis roared to the crowd. "This soft human is mine. His seeds are mine. Any who touch him will die." The entire tribe cheered as if she just won a war. Sam rubbed his temples, whispering, "I'm not sure I signed up for this." But part of him couldn't ignore the way her arms tightened protectively, or the gleam in her eyes that wasn't just predatory hunger. For the first time, someone, albeit a terrifying alien huntress, looked at him like he was priceless. And in the back of his mind, through panic and embarrassment, a tiny thought took root: maybe falling into her world wasn't the worst accident after all. The walk into the alien settlement felt less like an escort, and more like a parade where he was the prized livestock. Sam clung to Karis's shoulder, muttering about bruised ribs and broken dignity, while the crowd pointed, whispered, and occasionally made rude gestures that he couldn't translate but were definitely suggestive. Karis strode proudly, declaring to anyone who looked too long that the human was hers, her voice rolling with the same deadly certainty as a predator marking territory. Sam had never wanted to disappear so badly, yet he couldn't ignore how strangely secure he felt in her grip, as if no force in the jungle could reach him without paying for it in blood. The tribe immediately tested his patience by surrounding him with questions. A tall warrior demanded, "What is his strength? His fertility?" Sam blinked, confused. I grow vegetables." The translator's stone glowed, and the warrior's face lit with awe. "He speaks of fertility with pride. His seed must be legendary." The crowd gasped reverently. Sam flailed. "No, no! I mean literal seeds. Cucumbers, tomatoes, beans." Karis leaned close and purred. "Beans? Is this a human boast?" Sam's face turned crimson. Every mundane human act became a ritual. When he pulled out a canteen and poured water into his mouth, the aliens roared as if he'd swallowed fire. "He consumes the river itself," one shouted. "He is mighty." Karis puffed her chest, tail swishing proudly. "Yes. My mate devours water. His thirst is endless." Sam coughed, sputtering. "Please stop making it sound dirty." The tribe, of course, only heard it as another boast. Later, they offered him alien fruit the size of his head, covered in spikes. Sam hesitated, muttering, "If I eat that, I'll need a doctor." The crowd leaned forward, whispering, "Doctor, what is doctor?" Karis declared. "He means healer. He can withstand poison and still crave more." They clapped. Sam muttered, "This is insane," then tried to explain his field of work. "I study plants. I pollinate them, nurture them, keep them healthy." Karis grabbed his wrist and growled to the tribe. "He admits it openly. He pollinates. He nurtures. He is mine." The tribe roared approval. Sam nearly fainted. That night, at the communal fire, the misunderstandings grew worse. Sam tried sketching leaves in his notebook. A young warrior leaned over and whispered, "He prepares sacred markings." Another chimed in, "Perhaps it is foreplay." Sam snapped the book shut, groaning, "This is just science." Karis grinned, licking her teeth. "Science sounds fun. Teach me." He opened his mouth to correct her, then thought better of it. The boldest moment came when Karis asked him to describe human bonding. He sighed, rubbing his temples. "Where I'm from, Love is about trust, respect, growing together. You capture someone's heart, not their body. Karis tilted her head, processing this strange philosophy. Capture heart, so when I held you, chest against me, I captured yours? Sam groaned, covering his face. That's not what I meant. She smirked triumphantly. Too late. Heart is mine. The tribe erupted into laughter, chanting about captured hearts and fertile humans. Sam sat there, cheeks burning, while Karis wrapped her arm around him like she was guarding treasure. His protests only added fuel. I don't want to be owned, he shouted. I want independence. The translation twisted it. The tribe gasped, then cheered louder. He craves interdependence. Karis lifted him high and shouted. He admits he belongs. Touch him and die. Sam whispered. Why does everything I say sound like innuendo here? Things spiraled further when Sam sneezed from the smoke. The entire gathering froze, then bowed. Karis blinked, stunned. What was that? He sniffled. It's allergies. Smoke in the air. A warrior whispered reverently. He breathed storms from his nose. Another muttered. A fertility roar. Karis leaned close, purring in his ear. You keep surprising me. Your body is full of secret powers. Sam groaned, wishing the ground would swallow him. To distract himself, he tried teaching her some plant terms. He plucked a small herb from the ground, explaining. This is for healing. We use it for stomach pains. Karis eyed it with suspicion, then tossed it into the fire. If stomach hurts, I kill stomach. No more problem. Sam stared. That's not how it works. She shrugged. Simpler. He sighed. Humans, we like to fix things gently. She purred. Then fix me gently. All of me. His brain short-circuited. The tribe howled with laughter at his wide-eyed expression. By the end of the evening, Sam was exhausted, humiliated, and oddly warmed by the absurd devotion around him. Karis had never let him out of arm's reach, swatting at anyone who dared come too close. At one point, a drunk warrior stumbled within touching distance, and Karis pinned him to the ground with a single claw at his throat. Mine! She hissed. The warrior croaked an apology, and Karis returned to stroking Sam's hair possessively. He wanted to object, to shout that he wasn't hers, but the truth settled in his chest like a seed taking root. For the first time in his life, someone wanted him so fiercely that the entire world knew it. Sam whispered under his breath. You've really captured my heart. Karis's ears perked. Yes. Heart captured. Never giving back. The crowd erupted in another round of cheers. Sam sighed, burying his face in his hands, but a reluctant smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. Somehow, this insane misunderstanding was starting to feel less like a nightmare and more like destiny. Morning in the alien village began with shouting. Sam had barely managed a restless sleep curled in a nest Karis had dragged him into when the sound of drums rattled his bones. He stumbled out, glasses askew, and found himself the unwilling centerpiece of a standoff. A hulking beastman stood at the fire pit, muscles bulging, tusks gleaming, and eyes locked on him with undisguised contempt. He jabbed a claw in Sam's direction and bellowed. Pathetic softling! You are wasted on Karis. I claim you! Sam's brain hiccuped. Excuse me? You claim me? I'm not a free sample. Karis roared, leaping between them. He is mine. Any who touch him die. The rival sneered. Then fight me. Winner keeps the soft one. Sam's mouth went dry. Wait, what do you mean winner keeps? I'm not a trophy. I'm a botanist. The tribe howled with laughter, mistaking his panic for playful bravado. The rival lunged, but Sam instinctively held up his bag. Back off. I've got, plants. He fumbled out a pouch of herbs he'd collected. The brute blinked, confused, then laughed. He threatens me with leaves? Karis bared her fangs, ready to strike, but Sam's survival instincts screamed at him. He shoved a fistful of herbs into a bowl, poured hot water from his canteen, and muttered, Please work like chili powder. The smell filled the air, sharp and stinging. The rival sniffed arrogantly, then doubled over coughing, eyes watering, tusks dripping. He staggered, wheezing, as if fire had erupted in his throat. The tribe gasped. Sam stood frozen, still clutching his makeshift teacup, while Karis burst into triumphant laughter. See? Even weak Softling's breath destroys rivals. His power is mine! She threw her head back, tail lashing. The tribe cheered. Sam whispered to himself, I just made pepper tea. That's not power. The rival collapsed, defeated not by claws but by seasoning. Warriors carried him away, moaning. Sam rubbed his temples, muttering, This is ridiculous. But Karis grabbed his face, eyes glowing with fierce pride. You are clever prey. No, clever mate. Soft outside, fire inside. Sam tried to protest. It was just capsaicin. A plant chemical. She grinned. Yes. Chemical of love. You burn rivals with desire. His jaw dropped. That's not. The tribe roared again, drowning him out. From then on, everything he did became legend. He tried bandaging Karis's arm after she got a shallow cut. He explained, This is called first aid. I'm disinfecting the wound. She purred, shivering at the touch. He nurses me with his hands. He tends my body. Sam groaned. That's not what I meant. A warrior muttered. Gentle hands, firm grip. He is skilled. Sam dropped the bandage in defeat. When he boiled more herbs to make actual medicine, Karis leaned in, lips almost brushing his ear. You brew potions to strengthen me. You feed me from your hands. You make me yours. He stammered. It's just tea. She grinned. Then I will drink your tea every night. The tribe cackled. Sam muttered under his breath. Why does everything sound like innuendo? Later, Karis dragged him to a practice ground. Warriors gathered, demanding a demonstration of his ritual strength. Sam shook his head. I don't fight. I'm not a warrior. The translator twisted it, and the tribe murmured. He claims he does not fight because his strength is too great. Sam face-bombed. Karis strutted proudly. Yes. He fights with knowledge. His seeds defeat armies. Sam muttered. Stop saying seeds. She smirked. Why? Yours are powerful. He nearly fainted. Still, he tried to show something useful. He dug in the dirt, planting a small cutting, explaining patiently. You care for the soil. You water it. You give it time. That's how it grows. The tribe crowded closer, listening as if he were preaching divine secrets. Karis crouched beside him, eyes fixed on the sprout. So, love is like soil? He blinked. Exactly. You don't own it. You nurture it. She tilted her head. But I own you. So I nurture you. He groaned. That's close enough. She grinned, satisfied. The more he spoke, the deeper the misinterpretations grew. When he said, I want to build a partnership, not property, the translator twisted it to, I demand permanent pollination. The tribe erupted in cheers. Karis roared with pride, lifting him onto her shoulder like a trophy again. Sam clutched his notebook to his chest, muttering, I hate this rock. Everything I say turns dirty. Karis stroked his back. Yes. Very dirty. I like it. His ears burned. That night, sitting by the fire again, Karis asked in a low voice, Why do you resist? Do you not feel it? Sam sighed, staring at the alien stars. I don't want to be someone's property. I want to be wanted, as an equal. For once, she didn't laugh. Her expression softened, the predator giving way to something vulnerable. She touched his chest. Equal. Then we are two roots twined. You grow with me. I grow with you. Sam blinked. That's actually beautiful. She smirked. And filthy. Twined roots? Very dirty image. He groaned, but couldn't stop smiling. The tribe erupted into chants, celebrating their bond. Sam buried his face in his hands, but his heart thudded with something unfamiliar. For the first time, her possessiveness didn't feel like a cage. It felt like protection. And maybe, just maybe, he wanted to stay long enough to see what would bloom between them. The next day brought the most dreaded word Sam had yet to hear. Bonding right. Karis announced it proudly, chest thrust forward, tail flicking with anticipation. The tribe surrounded them, torches blazing, eyes gleaming, eager to watch the ceremony that would seal ownership. Sam nearly fainted. Bonding? Wait, what kind of right are we talking about here? Please tell me it's not wrestling a bear. Or worse, wrestling you. She grinned. Yes. Wrestling. But not with claws. His heart stopped. Why does that sound worse? The elder stepped forward, booming in a voice that rattled the air. The rite demands proof of unity, the sharing of body, breath, and seed. Sam's notebook slipped from his fingers. I am not sharing seed with an audience. The elder raised his staff. You must show your strength and devotion, or be torn apart by challengers. Sam gulped. Right, no pressure. Karis leaned close, whispering so only he heard. Do not fear. We twist words in your favor. Tribe hears one thing, we know another. Sam swallowed hard. You mean, innuendo saves me? She grinned, flashing teeth. Yes. You already skilled at double roots. He groaned, muttering. It's double entendres, not double roots. She purred. Same thing. The rite began with a strange dance, Karis circling him, claws dragging in the dirt, marking territory as if he were a prize stone. Sam shuffled awkwardly, muttering. Why does this feel like a middle school dance, but with more teeth? The tribe cheered as she pressed her forehead to his. He stiffened, then realized, forehead touching was sacred to them. He whispered nervously. So this is like kissing? She whispered back. Closer. This is planting. His knees buckled. Next came the test of breath. The elder commanded. Share your life force. Karis seized him, locking lips in a kiss that was more devouring than tender. Sam flailed for air, muffled squeaks escaping, while the tribe roared in approval. When she finally released him, his glasses fogged, his chest heaving. He croaked. I almost died. She licked her lips. Yes. Very good breath. He slumped. Fantastic. Death by makeout. My obituary will be amazing. The final stage made his blood run cold. Now, the proof of seed, the elder thundered. Sam flailed his arms. No. Nope. Not doing that. You can't just, this isn't a fertility festival, is it? The elder raised a bowl. Inside lay a mound of dirt and a sprout. Sam blinked. Wait, that's it? You mean actual seeds? The elder nodded gravely. Plant life together. Root bond forever. Sam nearly collapsed with relief. Thank you, chlorophyll. He fished into his pouch, pulling out a small cutting he'd saved, trembling hands planting it into the soil while Karis placed her clawed hand over his. Their fingers touched in the dirt, the crowd holding its breath. He whispered, See? This is real love. Not ownership. Partnership. She looked at him, fierce and vulnerable all at once. Yes. I nurture your seed. You nurture mine. His face went crimson. You had to phrase it like that. She smirked. Always. The crowd erupted in thunderous approval. Warriors howled, drums pounded, Karis lifted him high, shouting. He is mine, yet equal. He roots with me. Sam dangled helplessly, muttering. There goes my dignity. But as she pulled him close, pressed against her chest, he realized something had shifted. They weren't laughing at him anymore. They were cheering for him. A human, fragile, awkward, utterly unprepared, had somehow turned a deathmatch culture into a gardening ceremony. That night, when the fire dimmed and the crowd drifted away, Karis sat with him under the stars. Her hand rested on his shoulder, surprisingly gentle for someone who once declared ownership like a warlord. She murmured, When I found you, I thought only to claim. Now I see you do not bend. You twist me instead. You make me laugh. You make me feel. She trailed off, words difficult. He looked at her, heart thudding, and whispered, Like an equal? She nodded slowly. Yes. Equal. But still mine. He chuckled. I'll take it. As long as I'm yours by choice. They sat in silence for a while, watching the alien constellations. Sam whispered, You know, I came here to study plants. Now I'm planting roots with the beast woman. She grinned. Yes. We pollinate well. He groaned, covering his face. Why does everything sound filthy when you say it? She leaned close, teeth flashing. Because it is. For the first time, he didn't run from the misunderstanding. He leaned into it, laughing with her, letting the weight of fear fall away. He wasn't a prisoner. He wasn't property. He was part of something wild, ridiculous, and strangely tender. A human in a strange world, stumbling into love where he least expected it. And when Karis curled around him protectively, whispering, Any who try to claim you, I destroy, he found he didn't mind anymore. Because maybe, just maybe, she was right.